Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a blossoming generation of kings and queens willing to be genuine in our generosity and do that which no one else has ever seen by personifying the positive energy of a self-fulfilling inner peace prophecy. Time to spike the drink of this moment's punch bowl with an irresistible urge to rise in love and awaken that sleeping giant of greatness within you from its summer of slumber. Because 99.9% of fulfilling your highest possible purpose and potential is showing up. Showing up and having the confidence to be your most sincere self. Don't you know that when you smile like a Christ child in astounded astronomical amazement, well, it opens the cosmic candy store doors of our divinity and lets our passion and mischief run in all wild-eyed and stuffing love-laced libido lollipops into our already overflowing pants pockets, bursting at the seams with marshmallow moons and sparkling comet-tail pixie sticks. Marshmallow moons and sparkling comet-tail pixie sticks. Right now, I am swinging from a rope of light, fastened tight with fascination to the cumulus of your consciousness, weaving existence together into a chandelier of new dimensions in reality. A chandelier of new dimensions in reality, with the threads of truth that have unraveled from the finely knit fabric of our former freedom to completely be ourselves. So let's uncork this catalyst keg of creativity and show the world what's possible when we walk on the water of our fullness and turn our living words of rolling thunder into a wine of celestial wonder and become so intellectually inebriated upon the intimacy of our infinity intertwined in a deeply romantic embrace with our ability to embody our enthusiasm for living. Our ability, baby, to embody our enthusiasm for living. Whilst the beloved transforms dandelion daydreams into bioluminescent ice cream covered with Milky Way whipped cream and topped in chocolate-covered cherry-flavored firecrackers of forgiveness. Chocolate-covered cherry-flavored firecrackers of forgiveness exploding in the mouth of the mystery's magic beanstalk of being free. Come climb this magic beanstalk of being free with me, and let's pour interplanetary pop rocks of potency. Interplanetary pop rocks of potency upon the pages of our playfulness picnic, of sharing these golden goose eggs of endless excitement in between crystalline cups of everlasting ecstasy, sweetened with the agave of psychotropic rainbow-lit sugar cubes. Psychotropic rainbow-lit sugar cubes, inducing a sudden onset of acknowledging each other's authentic expressions with absolute, unapologetic joy. Acknowledging each other's authentic expressions with absolute, unapologetic joy. Right now, I am opening a wormhole of bewilderment and willingness to surrender to your independent thought center's overwhelming impulse of innocence, to break through barriers of separation and boundaries of what we're supposed to be by lip-locking eternity at the speed of love. Oh, let's lip-lock eternity at the speed of love until the day undresses itself into darkness and the sky gets drunk on cloud cake. Cloud cake and the amethyst ambrosia of time-ripened sunshine. Then begins confessing her affection for us with exotic flowers hand-picked from intergalactic gardens and fashioned into extravagant floral arrangements of constellations, saying, "For you, my dear, I'd gamble everything. For you, I'd gamble everything. Without a thought of win or lose, just grateful, so very grateful for the gift of having brushed wings with an angel." Somewhere inside the globe theater of our minds, there is a Shakespeare of quantum physics, who is always rearticulating lost narratives of who we really are in this sacred science of the heart. Whilst our childhoods can be found mooning each other from across the equatorial hemline and giggling tummy of the earth, saying, "See if you can catch me. See if you can catch me, baby, in an extraterrestrial game of kiss tag, kicking up stellar dust on the astral planes and causing holy havoc in the headquarters of the heart as we shift our consciousness into the high gear of happiness. Shift our consciousness into the high gear of happiness and hyperdrive our individuality into being the hero of our own story." That's right. We can be the hero of our own story, where we can go skinny dipping in the oceans of opportunity, teeming with the tenderness of your tears fermented into the currents of celebrating your pain. Celebrating your pain, baby, until it becomes an ultra-aquatic sea monkey. An ultra-aquatic sea monkey swinging from kelp vines in an underwater Atlantis filled with stunningly gorgeous phosphorescent mermaids doing weightless Vedic yoga in slow motion and giving your mind full body massages in the manifestation parlor of making the world a better place. the manifestation parlor of making the world a better place by living a life of such elegance and grace that it liberates those around you by inviting the child within them to come out and play. So come out and play, baby. Come out and play with the purest parts of your personality that are still wild and undomesticated. Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten how to be wild and undomesticated. Just give yourself permission to climb this dreaming tree of transmutation with me, and we can make out with enchanted understandings of each other's unique qualities. Enchanted understandings of each other's unique qualities, in between sharing starberry bites of the night and the perfectly aged vintage stash of northern lights. Bottled Aurora Borealis. Bottled Aurora Borealis. Circa since before the beginning, that the tipsy, evolutionary, loveaholic, revolutionary within you has been waiting for your joy to break out. The tipsy, evolutionary, loveaholic, revolutionary within you has been waiting for your joy to break out. Right now, your molecules are making love to the splendor of what will be in a bedboat gondola of gratitude, floating down the Nile River of nerve endings in your veins, stretching through tundras of harmonic frequency, where every cell, atom, molecule, and organ in your body becomes a mad genius messiah, performing 1,000,000 miniature miracles per second by way of keeping the bioship of the body going. The bioship of the body going through the Amazonian jungles of perpetuity, filled with culturally endangered species of you willing to be yourself. Culturally endangered species of you willing to truly be yourself. And scenic split seconds of you smiling and giving in to the glory of being guiltless and shame-free. The glory of feeling guiltless and shame-free, baby. So whatever past wounding debris we're still carrying, don't you think it's time we drop it off at the landfill of good reason? I said whatever past wounding debris we're still carrying, don't you think it's time we drop it off at the landfill of good reason? Where emotional baggage and idyllic inconsistencies are but the challenges that we go through so that we can have empathy upon others when they're in the midst of shedding their old skins of inherited behaviors that no longer serve our visions of radical nonviolence towards ourselves and each other. Inherited behaviors that no longer serve our vision of radical nonviolence towards ourselves and each other. Meanwhile, your DNA is doing a little dance, making a little love, and getting down tonight. What's it doing? It's getting down tonight on the revolving fifth-dimensional discotheque dance floor of this very moment of being reborn into the birthing pools of our 15 billion year infancy, springing from a single seed syllable of sound mouthed as Mother Nature nurturing our every need by breastfeeding our bodies into being and nourishing us in places that have never been touched before. It's true, baby. Your immortal energy inhabits this skin temple. Namaste. But your skin temple is also a theme park of pleasure. A theme park of pleasure, and when you let your guard down, it can become a candlelit bedroom of brilliance, where all kinds of carnal desires for clarity and amorous appetites of awareness go to satiate their hunger for experience and expansion. So let's open our clown chakras, shall we? Surely you know about the clown chakra, which is located in the blood marrow of the funny bone, because this is the part in the movie of your life where the main characters, all you by the way, decide to give fate a break from calling all the shots and gets to sit in the director's chair seat of your destiny's unscripted docudrama style love story, set to explore the skin-thin contrast between our immortal inner energy and that great uncharted nexus where all expressions of existence merge into a single quintessence. That great uncharted nexus where all expressions of existence merge into a single quintessence. So let's lay out without the clothes of caring what other people think on the shores of satisfaction. We can drink pina colada, coconut, lilac wine coolers of contentment and take it easy in the tropical paradise of tranquility and treating every being like our beloved. Because look, the universe has provided an all-star cast of divine rascals in the form of you and 8 billion human cousins and counting, swinging like the sweetest swollen fruit of discovery from that fabled, forbidden, garden variety knowledge of good and evil tree. But there is no serpent of fear here, just your own beautiful voice echoing off the beat of this heart saying, everything about you is beautiful, baby. Everything about you is beautiful. Everything about you is beautiful. Even the parts you're uncomfortable with, or which are still in evolution. And what you did or did not do, well, that's just the story that you keep repeating to yourself and others for so long that you slipped on the script of being it. Slipped on the script of being it and hit your heart's head hard on the floor of finding fault in others. Forgetting then that we are all really royalty, whose treasure isn't in a kingdom of possessing material things, but in sharing in the wealth and riches of each other's unique company. The wealth and riches of each other's unique company. And I'm sorry to say that as a result of that cataclysmic loss of Akashic memory, serendipity seems to have stopped speaking when you ended up believing your heart to be homeless on the outskirts of enlightenment, begging for change, approaching the windows of passing wondrous with a spiritual squeegee. Approaching the windows of passing wondrous with a spiritual squeegee, hoping to catch a few common sense to be the inspiration you wish to see. Standing on the side of the road of excuses with a cardboard sign that reads, "Wah, wah, wah. Why me?" But the physician within has an experimental chemistry set cure for this ancient amnesia. And the futurist pharmacist foresees a full recovery. After all, baby, laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine, so just let the comedian of your skin come out and do a set of anecdote jokes about not taking life so seriously. Not taking life so seriously, especially when things don't go your way or others can't see through to your transparency. Because the source of creation within you, aka your true self, chuckles at the thought of giving in to the guilt-guided gossip of others, following the shepherd of society into the pastures of prescribed behaviors like a sacrificial lamb, denying your birthright of boundlessness. But there is a black sheep within you, baby. There is a black sheep within you who is really a wild honey bear in woolen pajamas. A wild honey bear in woolen pajamas who is yawning off the sleeping pills of an illusion-induced hibernation, and as always is ready to break a rule or two in the sweetest way, especially when it comes to that which society deems strictly taboo, like reaching outside of your ego to hug and heal the hurts of another, or not having to react to the cruel comments about you by slipping into the rabbit hole of addictions to anger because you know who you really are. A living revolutionary legend on the loose. A living revolutionary legend on the loose, leaving a trail of mended hearts inside the Last Supper scene of every communication. The Last Supper scene of every communication in this commerce of co-equality, where the currency is compassion. And the richest among us are those who can see the looks of their loved ones in the eyes of every face, and who can say and do that for others, which most reserve for so-called friends, family, or members of the right religion or political party, as a leftover of the patriarchy's pointing finger policy. Don't you think it's time we come out of that Stone Age concept of declaring war against our so-called enemy? Me. Indicating that being quick to cast criticisms has a way of boomeranging. And in an eye for eye, tooth for tooth mentality, throwing verbal stones can leave the whole world feeling blind and toothless. So what do you say we liberate that malnourished refugee of fulfilling our life's dreams from its cages of reckless neglect into the metamorphosis cocoon to grow new wings by feeding your soul the superfood of personal power until we rise into our fullness and awaken the sleeping giants of greatness within this generation from their summer of slumber, saying, Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a blossoming generation of kings and queens, willing to be genuine in our generosity, willing to do what no one else has ever seen by personifying the positive energy of a self-fulfilling inner peace prophecy.